Good morning. I'm Sherry Naudine, owner of Collegiate Sports Advocate, and this is our podcast number 9. I'm super excited to introduce you to Brooke Wooten.
Hi, Sherry. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, tell us about your journey. Where did you commit?
I'm committed to Baylor University. I chose Baylor because I've started really growing my faith, and the coaches and the staff are very faith driven. If you go to any camp, they're going to pray over you before camp starts. They always want to know, they always want to make sure you are God centered. And that's something I've been really wanting to grow into. The coaches are the sweetest. It really feels like a family. But yeah.
Fantastic. Brooke, when did you start your recruiting journey? Like, when did you really know you wanted to play in college?
I think I've always known, but I really started getting into the recruiting process when I had joined Glory for the first time, because that's when I was introduced to you and Ed. Y'all really helped me out and made the path a little bit clearer, because the recruiting journey is absolutely crazy. And so y'all's advice really helped me out to guide my path to where I needed to go.
So tell me about the crazy. What did you experience that's crazy? People need to know.
Just getting yourself out there, getting colleges to notice you. It's crazy how much little communication there is. You're always wondering if you're doing the right thing. It's a lot of stress, a ton of emails, and really you're just praying that you're going to find where you need to be.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, that's one of the things we say is helping you navigate the journey. How much a part of this was your family? Because I got to meet your grandparents.
Yeah. Actually a big part. They're also a big part to why I committed to Baylor. For the longest time, I thought I wanted to go far, but having them be at a lot of my games were a big thing. And they're super proud that I've been able to, find a school near home where they can come see schools, come see games.
And that's an important part of the process is figuring out what culturally is the right fit for you. So
Yes.
I hear your faith journey. And then what's going to work for you in your culture, right? I always tell people we're Southwesterners or, we're Southerners, whatever it is that you feel comfortable being part of, kind of look for that as part of your journey. But what I find interesting and try to, counsel people on all the time is you don't always get to go where you want to go. You are an exception. So tell us about how you really zeroed in on it and you really knew that this was the right fit for you.
Well, going to other camps and talking to other coaches, and even on September 1st, when I would have conversations over the phone with coaches, culture was always something I'd brought up because I've been blessed to have an amazing high school team around me, an amazing select journey. And culture was a big thing for me because if you're not enjoying, I think the team you're on with the coaches you have is such a big role in enjoying the game. And that was a big thing for me because if I'm going to continue on my journey for the next 4 years, I want to be able to enjoy it. And so Baylor was a big, they checked almost every box, especially with culture. It very much feels like a family. You're always included, talking to Coach Moore over the phone on September 1st, or I don't remember the dates I called him, but he would tell me team activities they would do, and it really made me excited for what was to come.
That's true. And one other thing that I think is important for people to know, how hard you physically worked at being an athlete. Tell me about your trainer. Tell me about what your trainer was doing with you to make you an exceptional athlete.
Well, I go to 2 different trainers. I go to speed and agility with Sergio, and I also go to I have hitting and catching with Jamie Baker. She's the head coach at JP2. I've been going to Jamie since I was probably 12. I honestly have to give a lot of my credit to her. But Sergio, I started with Sergio when I was a freshman because I had been referred to him from one of my best friends at the time. And honestly, he's taken my speed, power, body awareness a whole nother level. Jamie is my personal therapist. I go to her hitting lessons and we're just just ranting. But yeah, it's a lot of work. I go to Sergio at least twice a week, and I see Jamie once to twice a week also.
That's fabulous. And it's so true. And I'm glad you're shouting out their names because there's so many people that are part of the process. There's not one person. We always say when you find people that care about you, the individual student athlete, that's what matters because all of us have an expertise that helps make you the best you. So if there was advice to hand out to eighth graders or ninth graders about recruiting or about being the best athlete, what would you tell them?
Being the best athlete, definitely keep grinding and stay humble. A lot of, I mean, I tend to see a lot of athletes like be very arrogant, but maybe it's just because how I was raised, but always celebrate with small victories, never beat yourself up too much, but keep grinding and keep your dream and like in front of you, and you'll be just fine.
That's excellent. And it's so passionate. I feel your energy. So tell me what you're doing different since you committed to rise your chance to play when you get there up.
Definitely. A lot of people say when you commit, it's a lot of stress relieved. It is an aspect, but it's not because now like you're like training your playing level is up so much more, and I'm still working out. I really have tried like narrowing down what I really need to focus on. So like when I'm at bat, focusing on catching constant barrel control, working both sides of the plate, catching, always trying to speed up transfers to get that girl out at second, uh just stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great. And I love to hear it because a lot of the challenge is when the kids get committed, they kind of put their feet up and they lay
Right,
back and you go, chill, I got it. Man, the only thing that stops is the emailing. And
right.
yet you're going to connect now differently with your coaches, right? Now you can talk, you can DM, you can do, set up things.
Mhm.
And give me an idea, how often do you connect with your college coaches during this, their season obviously is coming up, but, keeping in touch?
Yeah, well, a few weekends ago, I took my family, one of my good friends, up to a Baylor basketball game. I just texted Coach Moore, letting him know that we'll be down there. And then, like, once season starts, once they start playing a little bit, I'll let them know that we're gonna come down, watch a few games and stuff like that. So just a little communication here and there, just checking in. But yeah.
That's great. Was there a biggest challenge in the recruiting process for you?
Just trusting the process and enjoying it. It is so, so stressful and you definitely can get caught up in it, but you seriously just have to trust that it's working because like I said, there's zero, like little to no communication like reciprocated. So you really just have to trust that you're doing the right thing and you have the right people to put you out there. So yeah.
I love that. I always tell, the people in the business of recruiting, like, what's all the big secrets? Why can't they talk? Why can't they get to know each other a little bit more? And I heard them say once, well, there's people that cheat. Well, come on. If we're making a system about student athletes finding the fit and colleges finding the fit, why do we care who's cheating if we're doing what's best for the student athlete? So I really felt like they did what was best for you in the process. I didn't feel a lot of pressure for you, but yet you knew which one you wanted. And when the time was right, then you committed. Tell me about what you hear and see about the portal. And does that any concern of yours as a committed player?
I mean, as the portal is growing, I definitely think it hinders the like high school recruiting class a little bit. But I know for Baylor that they do pull a lot from the portal. That's why their 26 class, like recruiting class, is so small. But I don't plan on joining or like going into the portal because I really like hope to find a home, and I think that's bit like Baylor's where it's at. You don't really see too many girls transfer out of Baylor. But yes, I do think it affects the high school recruiting just a little bit.
And you said it right on the nail on the head. It really did slow down the 2026 class. And I keep trying to put it out there that it's okay. We've slowed it down, but it's for the betterment of the student
Mhm.
athlete too, because you don't want them to panic. And then all of a sudden they need to take a portal transfer in order to fill something that happens because injuries happen, coach changes happen. And then all of a sudden they bounce one in on top of you. So that stuff can happen and it does happen, but one of the reasons we stay with you until you graduate college is to have that ear. I was joking because I'm texting all of my student athletes that are in college just saying, hi, I'm not trying to encourage the portal, but I'm trying to let them know we're here for the little bumps along the way. And there will be bumps along the way. So I wanted to ask if there was anything else you wanted to share, and then we'll close down.
Um, no, just trust the process. It's serious. Like you really have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you're gonna hate it because I hated it for a little bit there. But as everyone does. But using you and Ed was such a game changer. Having someone there that there'd be times be calling you on the tournaments just stressing out that things weren't gonna happen. But it's seriously like thank you to y'all. But yeah.
Brooke, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us this morning. And obviously, we're going to be with you on your journey, and we're so excited to be part of your family's journey.